I was shocked when I read through the journals of my first grade students, and the future dream of one particularly spunky student was to buy goats. While other students wanted to be salarymen, healthcare workers, or video game designers, this student wanted to buy goats. I wrote back to them, my curiosity getting the better of me. Why do you want to buy goats? The goal of the lesson was to write a dream in English. You could have or be anything you wanted. You could be a millionaire, a famous artist. You could own a plane or a treasure or a company. Normal, typical, everyday desires. So I had to know why. Why of all things would goats make the list? The student simply replied, "Goats are cute." Well, I can't deny there is a certain rugged charm and inquisitiveness about goats that make them quote-unquote cute. To be worthy of an entire dream for their cuteness alone? Puzzled, I dared to inquire to my mystifying student once more. "Alright, how many goats do you want?" "I want 40. 40? 40 goats. What are you going to do with 40 goats? One or two goats as pets is understandable, strange and unorthodox, but people have larger amounts of stranger pets. But 40? That's a herd! Your dream is to own a herd of goats because they're cute. What are you going to do with them? Japanese homes seldom have lawn space for a single dog, let alone an entire herd of goats. Madness. I will continue to inquire to the student about their ruminant, hollow-horned mammal dreams, but I fear the insanity will only continue. I tossed my shoes aside and sprinted across Reno Beach like a wild chicken man for the Kuroshio Barefoot Marathon. It was only a 6-kilometer run. After running 42 kilometers for the Kochi Ryoma Marathon, nothing really holds a candle to that level of exertion and pain. It's humbling because I do remember a time, not long ago, where running 6 kilometers was actually a massive undertaking for me. I did find that my feet and some strange muscles in my legs were sore after running barefoot, but my stamina and strength easily held up during the barefoot marathon itself, so it was no problem. Our marathon t-shirts were a beautiful orange this year, which matched my bandana quite well. I was well dressed for the occasion. That same day, the legendary Kuroshio t-shirt art exhibition was held, and the weather for the event was fabulous. My friends and I once again submitted a round of custom t-shirts to the Shoreside Museum and displayed our talent, creativity, and thoughtfulness to the world. My t-shirt features a phoenix and has my favorite flower, the marigold, on it. I also drew a tsunami wave and Mount Fuji in the background. The red and purple lightning happened by chance. I was playing around with colors to use for the background, and these ended up being eye-catching color combination. Kaizen is a Japanese philosophy of improvement. It translates into English as continuous improvement. Sometimes it is used by companies as a work philosophy, but I like to apply this sort of idea to all aspects of my life, especially my health, to be continuously improving in all aspects. The kanji of Kaizen breaks down to mean change and good, so essentially to improve is to make good changes. The changes, in my opinion, are a result of small, everyday actions, a cool philosophy, and a cool t-shirt design. The Beach Museum never disappoints. The Barefoot Marathon was child's play because I also ran a competitive half marathon this month in Tsukumo City, Kochi. You would think that a half marathon would not be as mentally or physically challenging as a full marathon, and you would be right. However, it was held in the pouring rain. We lined up at the starting block for 10 minutes and everybody stood in the downpour. It was great because we were all miserable and soaked before we even began. But I wasn't fazed, as I have practiced running in the rain before, and while it is uncomfortable, it's harmless. As a precaution, I did apply some petroleum jelly to my inner thighs, as that point of contact is usually what chafes first when I wear wet clothes. The run itself was pretty. It wound around a river and then went into the mountains. Low-hanging clouds decorated the mountains like fluffy gray beards. The air was fresh and sweet. The last kilometer was uphill to the sports center and was a brutal challenge to finish. I had to flex my mental muscles to keep my pace and push aside the thought I wanted to stop and walk. This half marathon had a time limit of 3 hours to complete. If I took a slower, relaxed pace, I would not finish. I had to run fast, and I did. I finished in about 2.5 hours, so I had about half an hour of wiggle room. I'm not a professional runner by any means, but I was satisfied with the effort I gave and relieved that I finished in time. My Kochi AJET partner and I hosted Spring Surf Camp with a total of 39 surf campers. It's a classic Kochi event where jets get to learn how to catch waves with an Australian surf instructor and afterwards enjoy camping together. It was a great success, with 2 surfing classes Saturday and a great barbecue and campfire that burned well into the night. Everyone had a great time and enjoyed themselves over the weekend. How is my daily life? This month I've kept myself quite busy. Usually I run early in the morning before work, eat breakfast, and then head to work. After work I hit up the gym for about an hour and then maybe even go swimming after that. It's a good challenge to balance so much exercise and other events and projects in my life. What's been especially challenging for me is keeping food in the house. My local Japanese grocery stores close quite early, usually 7 p.m. So when I get home around 9 p.m., I must have food already prepared or in the house, or I go hungry. I take a day out of the week to shop and cook, and this helps keep me on track. National AJET block positions are a difficult tasks to undertake. I'm not sure if this information will be interesting or not, but I'll report on my activities. As part of my platform, I want to start and rekindle the Prefectural AJET machine in Kagawa. Some of the problems I've encountered is dead social media accounts. There are 4 admins of the current day Kagawa Facebook, but all of them are inactive, and some of them never made a single post to start with. I messaged them, but have yet to receive a reply. I think inactive or underutilized social media is a very typical AJET problem. Thankfully, the Kagawa Discord is active. I'm thinking of how I can work with that community to build interest in having a more public social media presence and an AJET team. I put a very small survey in their Discord to gather their opinions. My Instagram photo won a small placement in the Cool Japan contest. This was a contest judged by Japanese internet celebrities. The theme of this contest was interesting. They wanted to know what foreigners thought was cool about Japan, to represent that through a photo. I submitted a group of photos, and one was chosen by Inako, who is a famous Japanese cosplay artist. I was selected for the group of good photo categories. Considering I'm the farthest thing from a professional photographer, I'll take it. That's all for now. Take care and be bold.
Hello, my name is Tanner Halbert. I am from Canada, Alberta. I am 25 years old. My hobbies include running, as you've seen, playing the guitar, and drawing pictures.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So what schools do you go to as an ALT?
So at the moment, I teach predominantly at Ogata Junior High School, and on Mondays, I go to Areno Elementary School.
I see. じゃあ黒潮町での生活はどうですか? How are you enjoying your life in Kuroshio Town?
Kuroshio Town is so awesome. The people here are wonderful. The students are lovely, and everyone that I work with, I have no complaints.
Over the years. How long have you been here, by the way?
I've been here for about 2.5 years now. And yes, I would say I've definitely changed 100%. So probably the biggest change, and the one that a lot of my coworkers and friends like to point out, is that I have gotten very slim.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I would say another change is that I've grown a lot more confident, and I've been able to take on bigger challenges like the Kochi Roma Marathon.